Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. This one is a surprise. I was contacted via Instagram via a company who wanted to send me one of their night vision sights and asked me to have a look at it and would I feature it on my channel. So I said, well, I'll have a look at it and we'll see if I want to feature it on my channel or not. The company's called HitTac, and they've sent this over. So here we are. You've seen it pretty much as quickly as I have. The scope is, it's a night vision, it's with daylight and night vision. It's got CE marks on it there. Pop it open, let's have a little look. So it looks fairly familiar to various other night vision and, well, daylight and night vision scopes from Far East. Compact digital day and night scope, hittac.com. So here we go. Looking inside, we have got a cleaning cloth. We've got various Allen keys and Allen screws. Looks like we've got a charging cable there, which I'm hoping is going to be USB-C because that's just better than US. Yeah, that's great. In here we have got what looks like a gun mount. That's got Picatinny fit on there. It's very small and very compact, this. Now I'll just close that box. That is literally palm sized. We shall have to have a look and see what this is like when it goes along. Now they did tell me that they've had a little bit of problem in the first early stages in that they've had they weren't able to put a battery in with it or the SD card. There's also going to be a full instruction book supplied, but as yet that's not finished printing, so we shall be getting those at some point. But in the meantime, they've sent me the link to all the PDF and everything like that, so I can run it on there. We've got an onboard illuminator there. I'm just going to have a look and see if I can work out how this works before I read any instructions anyway. That would appear, because usually the battery fits in here, so that screws off there. The battery is probably going to be an 18650 of some description, many of which I already have, either flat top or the button top. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at looking at camera, am I? Because I am literally planting eyes on this for the first time, so we shall see. It's got 850 nanometer illuminator on it. We shall see whether that's an infrared or, sorry, if that's an LED or a laser. I think it's going to be an LED. That is the rubber bellows at the back to fit on there. Gives you a little bit less interference from external light sources, and we'll have a go and see if we can get it switched on. Excuse me 1 second, I'm going to see if I can find a battery. Right, here are two I prepared earlier because they were actually on charge. Now I'm going to try the 18650 flat top first because I suspect that is the one that looks like it fits lengthwise, and it does. So I'll just screw that back on there. It's got very smooth threads on it, which is always a good sign. There's a rubber O-ring there for the seal. We'll probably do a full review on this if we get using it, and I'll be able to tell you whether it's got waterproof, dustproof ratings, things like that. IP67 is about the common norm. So yeah, it takes an 18650 flat top. And I'll hold that button down on top, see what happens, see if that switches it on. Yeah, that switches it on. It's come to life very quickly. It says, please insert SD card. No problem at all there. Take the lens cap off and we'll be able to see through it. Yeah, that's in colour mode. So we'll go through all the menus. We've got the focusing system here. That focuses the image. That focuses the eyepiece there. It looks like we've actually got a fairly unusual manual brightness focus here. Or is that the diopter focus, or is it the zoom, or we'll soon see what that does. I've got a suspicion that might be a zoom or something, but we'll find out. If it is a manual control, that's actually quite unusual and quite pleasant. So on the side here, there is some form of cap. It doesn't appear to come off too easily. We've got a Picatinny mount there for an additional illuminator, but this is super compact, so I'm thinking that's going to go somewhere on here, and I love doing videos like this because I just get to fiddle about with stuff and see what happens with it, and I don't have to you know, I don't do scripts anyway. You know me, I don't do scripts. But we've got 4 screws that go in there. We probably don't have to use all of them. Gives you a few options on eye relief if necessary. I'll just pop these down. I say eye relief on about the actual longitudinal position of the scope. Screw those in position. Just get them all in working first. Just make sure they're all threaded in place cleanly. I don't want anything cross-threaded. I'm just going to nip these up. I'm going to put this on an air rifle to start with, so that will be how I'm going to really analyse it and see how well it works. So I'll test things like how easy it is to zero, how easy it is to focus, whether it holds zero, whether all the things like time settings, record functions, everything works perfectly. And the reason I'll put it on an air rifle is I can do that literally in the garden on very cheap ammunition before I put this on anything that's, you know, powder burning and use more expensive ammunition. But essentially we've got a start on there now, and I can figure out how all of this works, and it is super compact. Let me just grab an air rifle and I'll put it on so you can have a look. Right, here's my trusty HW100. I've had this air rifle for a very long time. Well, I say very long time, about 10 years. But it's 177, sub 12 foot-pound, so quite common or garden, you know, sort of an attainable thing for most people. Great for a bit of pigeon shooting, squirrel shooting, rat shooting. Of course, being 177 and sub 12, you've got to be precise with your aim points, but it is a good, reliable rifle, and I've shot a lot of squirrels with this gun. A lot of squirrels. So if I pop that maybe, I don't know, let's start with it about there. See what that looks like for position. I've actually put a Picatinny mount on this gun because it's actually got standard. It's got dovetail rails as standard, but I've not even got tools out. I'm just using what came with it. I'll just pop that in position there just to get a rough idea of where I'm going to want this on the gun. So that's on there now. Put that there. Okay, it's a little bit far forward, but I can soon bring that back a couple of notches on the Picatinny, and that's going to be fine. So, playing about with the focus there, we've got, looks like a 14:9 aspect ratio inside. I've got a crisp reticle picture. Moving my eye around here goes to show me whether it's got a real pinprick focal point in the middle, or whether you've actually got quite a relaxed sort of spacious on it, so you can move around a little bit, or whether you've really got to be absolutely nailed in position. You do need to be quite precise on that, but the image itself is quite accessible, and if I look into the corners to see all the icons and the display functions, I'm not losing focus on anything. So as long as I keep my eye in position there, that is the zoom, but it does have a bit of lag on it, so although you can move it very quickly, it just takes a second inside just to catch up. So it's 5 times bottom end magnification, I think. And then we zoom up, goes up to 20 times magnification. It's got a centre in it for the cant. It's got a centre in it for up and down. And I presume we'll have a lot of other functionality with it when we find out what's going on. Control buttons on top, we've got record button, that looks brightness, magnification, zoom, we've got settings there, power on and off. So there we go. I'm going to get shooting with this, see what it's like, and quite enjoy playing with it, because I have absolutely no idea what it is, what this company have done before, or how good the product is. I've got a vague idea of price point, I think, but I'm a bit scared of mentioning it because I don't want to get it totally wrong. So far, they've only dealt with me over Instagram, and I did give them an email address and say, you know, let's move into email on this and get talking about it a little bit more functionally. So we shall find out. I think this is going to be very entry level price point. I won't state a specific number, but I think it might be somewhere below 4. And I think it's going to be ideal for air guns, maybe rim fires, things like that. And it's going to be a really good tool for any, you know, air rifle for plinking, bit of pest shooting, etc, etc. So if you want to see a full review about this, please comment on it. Tell me what you think, tell me what you want to hear, because that's what drives the channel. That's the algorithm, and it tells it all that's going on and keeps YouTube feeding that video to other people and makes me actually get some feedback on my channel, which is always really nice, getting feedback from you, the viewers. So yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, and keep track of the regular uploads, because it's not just night vision, it's not just air rifles, it's mostly rim fires and centre fires and all sorts of things going on. So thank you for watching. Bye for now.